video here, I have found a manga that is released today, guys. And we're gonna talk about this new manga, right? Because it combines what I love the most and what I hate the most, right? It combines my love for Gyarus, you know, so it's like a slutty Gyaru main character. And he combines it with Kazuya! This main character might be a bigger simp than the king himself, Kazuya. I think I mentioned someone. So basically, this manga name alone is crazy, right? And by you saying the name of this manga, I will probably get more of that. Please subscribe if you like the video, right? So the manga is called, and it's read today, it's called I Like a Slutty Gal Who Sleeps With Anyone. So it's like, so the whole premise is that the main character, right? He walks in on a super Gyaru, right, you know, promiscuity, like a nympho Gyaru, and I haven't read the manga, I have to go read it here, of course. I think he is gonna walk in on her doing it, and then he falls in love with her. So it is very, very similar, right, to Kazuya, how he keeps always thinking about mommy, and she saw someone doing it, right? But this guy is actually gonna witness the girl he's in love with, like his classmate is in love with, which is a gal, and then he's gonna see her do like every guy in the school except him, and I don't know, but it's not a hentai. It sounds like a hentai. The only thing it lacks is that she was his sister or mom or something. Then it would have the bingo core of hentai, yeah. But now it's like his like childhood love interest. He wants to sleep with, and he walks in on her doing it, and he's hiding in the closet probably. And he's gonna see her do a bunch of different guys. Like it's gonna be some black guys probably. It's gonna be everything, right? So let's start reading it and then we review it. And this sounds like the most depraved simp main character that has ever existed. This is how she looks then, right, to the manga. Yeah, she's a complete guy slut. Okay, that's not reading it. And I heard this is crazy. It reached today, right? I heard it's crazy. Hopefully it's an anime. For that matter, reading it, last year I read the first chapter of Giant Gyaru, right? She's like a very sweetheart, very cute Gyaru. And she's a giant titan-sized lady dating a guy, right? So it's really cute because her panties and so on. That's like wholesome. This anime I think is like, you know, rent a girlfriend, Kazuya, dirty my brain, right? And I'm also reading it. Marin, hold me, Marin. Oh, holy shit! No way! I started reading it, we get to the first page. He immediately walks in on her getting smashed, okay? He like goes into school and she's having intercourse in her classroom and she's getting hammered hard, you know, she's like moaning and he's like walks in there and now he looks completely, and now his face is all like, Urgh. So this is how it looks like. I quickly colored her face myself here, right? Copyright and also because I like to draw stuff, you know. So she's probably blonde, right? So he got like literally like, Urgh. He walks in seeing his love interest having sex. So okay, he literally hairs his face up because he walks in. She's a love interest having sex in the classroom, like getting smashed. This is the second page of the manga, and now he's standing. And I'm kidding you, I have not drawn this thing, okay? I mean, obviously I censor it, but he's standing with like a massive boner, okay? He's crying with like a giant thing because he keeps seeing her like doing all of the guys. Like he literally walks in, sees his love interest, getting smashed, and I mean hardcore, and you see her up eyes. And then he's like crying and he has to like that face. This manga is dirty, man. Hopefully it's an anime. Okay, let's keep reading the pages. But I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. I was like, oh my god. It started the second page, he get NETORARE immediately. Yeah, like second page, he walks in on her doing it. Okay. And now they are talking in school. He's still like, this manga is kind of funny though. He's like hentai, but his face keeps being this face, you know, like the whole day. And his friends like, hey, what's up, bro? He's like, sucks. Yeah, he keeps being a little bit there. And I mean, no, he talks to her for some reason. He's a bit friendly, like a Gyaru. Okay, now they're hanging out at school in the library. And they're all like best friends. Oh my god, this is like the biggest NETORARE manga ever. You know, manga, because she's literally his bestie too. She's like, hey, bro, this. So, hey, you want, yeah. She's like going around not friendly with him. Oh my god. And okay, now I see her panties because she's climbing like a ladder in the school. She's staring straight up in her ass, you know, like, yeah. And she's like, oh, what's up? Oh my god, I can see what this is gonna be a pretty good. This feels like it's hard to the extreme because, so what happens, right, I will show you guys, is that he sees her, you know, her panty, right, actually at the library, stair, and he spots her pantsuit, And instead of her getting angry, he's like, oh, you want to see some more? And she's like flashing him, like, Jesus Christ, this woman is a complete dimple, man. So, yeah, I draw it here, right, blonde hair again, probably blonde hair, right, so that. And, yeah, I like it, though. This way, she's a Gyaru, she's a ninja, horny Gyaru. So, yeah, he spots her ass, right, at the ladder, right? And instead of her getting angry or slapping him, and in most rom-coms, right? She's like, oh, you like that? You want to see some more? And she just bends over and shows him. And this is the next panel. I can show that panel here on YouTube, right? Family friendly. But the next panel, you literally see her, very Marin-like, literally see her, like, her spread, She, like, shows her, like, string to him. Yeah, I mean, it's not like, I don't know. It's definitely etchy. It doesn't work. I mean, it's kind of the borderline, It's not showing him her actual, But you know what I mean. You see her very, very clear panties. Yeah, the next panel is very panties. But yeah, she's like straight up like super horny guy. She's like, oh, you want to see my ass? Go ahead. You want to squeeze? Yeah, she's bends over and shows him to him. So this manga is crazy. And then she kind of, I don't know, slaps him kind of friendly. And then she shows her ass to him again for some reason. She does it twice now. I don't know why she's doing it second time. Kinda. She's like, I got some cute panties, right? Like, yeah, okay, I guess. Another hangout, like eating lunch together and so on. And now, yeah, talking about how she loves to cook food and her friends and so on. The weird thing is, she's very like hen character, like she's like the most like she's like a super friendly guy. Like, oh, I fuck everyone. I fuck everyone. She's basically like, oh, I just f everyone. You wanna f? Oh my god, this is truly the simpiest NETORARE manga ever. Oh my god. So now his second scene, his face is again like, and he basically sees her with some hot guy, right? In a love hotel, there's some older guy, there's some black guy, there's some basketball guys, some tall guys. It's basically like her. This is worse than Kazuya. I guess it depends on how he acts in next chapter. But like, seriously, this manga is crazy. I mean, it isn't a hentai, but the storyline is so hentai, man. Like, just having the main character, a panel. I can't speak. This is so crazy. Like, the main character literally sees her with 4 different men in the same day, Yeah, like he's watching her like sexing, like having sex with 4 guys, like walking past him with like 4 different guys in the same panel. You're like, okay, so she sleeps with everyone except, and yeah, the English translation is something like, I love a Gyaru that sleeps with everyone or something, that can love anyone or something like that. He's not the most desperate guy in history of mankind. He's worse than Kazuya. He's like, oh, if I date this Gyaru, she sleeps with literally everyone. She sleeps with literally everyone. Then I can finally get laid. Yeah, it's upsetting, I guess. But okay, he keeps being shocked. His friends tells her that, oh, I effed her too, basically. It's like, oh, everyone's effed her, man. She's a town whore, man. Jesus Christ. And now he's crying, yeah. And here now he's crying. We get the crying boner thing. I forgot he goes to the bathroom, and it's a scene of him going to the bathroom because, okay, and he gets he gets hard again. Jesus Christ! So this is so natural. Like we see him in the panel here going back and forth between the bathroom because and he can't. Yeah, and he sees her like going. I'm guessing she basically, goes on an intercourse with his classmates, like, every lunch break. This is seriously the most, like, slutty guy ever in any manga I've ever seen. Yeah, I think she literally goes and have, like, intercourse with one of his classmates or some other guy, right? Like, literally every like, lunch break or every class break, you know what I mean? She goes and have, like, a quickie, like, 10 minutes per yeah, like, she has, like, 4 or 5 different guys per, like, this is crazy. Like she's doing like 4 or 5 different guys per day at school, right? And this guy has to go and relieve himself every time she does that. So he has to do it like 5 times per day in the school bathroom because he sees her doing it. Something. This is so crazy. Holy shit. Okay, some guy talks to him, like some pretty boys. He's pretty short too. Okay, now we see her friends too in the bathroom. Yeah, like of course all her friends are also Gyarus. Yeah. It's very like Nagatoro, so all her friends are also Gyarus, right? There's some Kuro gals, some piercings, and what. Yeah, I mean, of course, all her besties are also like freaking slutty guys. Of course they are. Anyway, she forgot her phone, right? Yeah. Okay, so they miss him, of course. He's being forced by the hot guys to clean and so on. Thing is that she's kind of like a Marin-chan, the guy thing. Marin-chan compared to her, but a little bit, She sees him being like bullied, and she's gonna be nice to him. So she's kind of like a very nice woman, right? She's just like a complete nympho. Yeah. I mean, in a way, he might not be as, as Kazuya, as simpy. He's like insanely simpy right now, but he actually might score with her, right? In kinda, because she's like super nice, and she's really like doing it, so maybe she will do with him, right? I was reading it, but I'm saying, yeah, now she's like telling him to, not be a loser and not to bully her and so on, and she's helping him clean. Yeah, she's helping him clean, and he's just like, oh my god, I want to smash her so hard. He's like, oh my god. And she has a fang and everything. She's like the perfect guy too, with the cute fang and, amazing body, huge titties. Everything is perfect. Yeah. And she's super nice to him. She's basically is very similar to Marin. So yeah, super friendly Gyaru, She's just way too friendly. But honestly, again, the next panel here of her helping him, the next side, helping him clean and so on, she really comes off as like a super nice person. She has, intercourse with like everyone. But, if you ignore that, she's like the perfect sweetheart Gyaru, right? Which is a trope, I would say, like the sweet Gyaru. Even in Hen, I guess like a sub-genre of Hen, probably. The sweet Gyaru, yeah, I would say that. Marin is almost like a sweet Gyaru, She's like a very extroverted, but also very, very friendly and so on. Not aggressive guy, right? Not the yank guy, definitely. Anyway, she helps him out. Kuro, kind of flirts with him a bit. He's obviously like can't handle these things. She's so nice to him, and he's just like sex. She keeps being all nice. Okay, now she's like, I want to do it. But yeah, basically it ends with her like, I want to sleep. That's what I mean. She's such an incredibly horny woman, right? And I feel this kind of ends with her being like, hey, you want to do it? That's kind of the end. The end is kind of like her like, hey, yeah, you're pretty hot, you're pretty fine, you're pretty nice to me. Honestly, guys, yeah, let's talk about it. Like, that's always crazy. No, but she's a little bit of a Marin-chan, If it's like, if Marin was a nympho, that's kind of it, right? In that sense. But it honestly feels like he actually might score. The last page is basically them cleaning together, and she's just like, hey, we're friends, wanna sleep together? Yeah, like she's the friendliest person ever, right? And doesn't really feel like Kazuya, because why he is into it, he gets excited seeing her doing it all the time. Because let's compare it to Kazuya, I guess, mostly, right? Because Kazuya dreams, right, about like the other girls doing it, mommy and so on, sleeping, so on, and he fancies about that. This guy isn't actually fantasizing about her doing with other guys. He literally is seeing it, which makes him, very, very NETORARE, very, very NETORARE. But a little bit on his defense, though, is an incredibly, like, simpy main character, of course, anyway. He's a massive simp, arguably the biggest simp to Kazuya. But at least he's not like fan. He's more like fantasizing about doing her, I guess, Yeah, he's like, he wants to be the hot guy doing her, right? He seems to be short too, because other guys are taller than him. But, like, and there was this one page, right, where she walks by with, like, some big, tall, muscular black man, some big, tall, white guy, yeah, she's basically, like, doing the whole, the whole planet, yeah. She's just, like, sleeping with a guy from this country, yeah, bam, bam, bam. She bags every, she wants to have that, like, 200 men from every country, yeah, or something. And he's watching it to be like, I need to go to the bathroom again, and you're like, Jesus Christ. But at least in his defense, honest, I don't know, he's incredibly simpy, Jesus Christ. But in a little bit, right? Like, he is not really doing it on purpose, I guess. Kazuya is like into it, right? This guy is also into it, but this guy is more like a fetish because he accidentally was into her doing it. At the second panel is him walking into her having intercourse. At the classroom. So yeah, and then he's like, whoa, he's like crying, he's like cry boner, but also he's like, oh my god, she's so hot, and he liked her before and everything, known her for years, whatever, right? So it's a little bit, at least like maybe not as purposely, where Kazuya is into the whole like NETORARE. Kazuya is a guy that would read NETORARE hen stuff and be like, oh yeah, this is my dream, yeah. This guy is more like, I'm not into it, but I happen to see it, and now I'm into it. A peeping Tom kind of thing. I don't know, something like that. That being said, though, it does get enormously, of course, super simp, right? When he is realizes he's basically doing it every lunch break or whatever, right? Every break he's doing it, and he's just like stalking her or something to just see who he's gonna sleep with now or something. And then he goes to the bathroom, I guess, and does, it wasn't really clear, but something like that, right? Yeah, that guy's like super obsessively simp, right? He's just like the ultimate beta man. Yeah, he's like, who is? Oh, she's doing a black guy today. Okay, no, I have the image in my head now. It's like no. In the end, though, I hope he actually scores with her, though. She's a Gyaru after all, and that's a difference, of course, for Kazuya and Takamichi, so on. They're dating like non-Gyaru. So this guy's dating a Gyaru. She's obviously the more, and she's like the sluttiest Gyaru ever. So it honestly would make sense if they actually do it. And what I hope in the future manga that they actually will do it, right? Basically next chapter. Basically, I want to do it. Yeah, she was like, "Want to look at my ass? Want to touch?" You know, yeah, she's very, 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 very horny, right? So it makes sense if she seems to be the loosest hen girl ever, right? Basically. So I think they should do it. That would make sense from a story aspect because she's portrayed as, you know, incredibly super thirsty guy. So you know, I mean, yeah, they should do it. However, what's probably gonna happen, I guess, in this manga then, and also why it might be different than like is that he's gonna be a simp, he's a beat and so on. But I guess that I'm hoping that they're gonna do it right, and then like she will keep doing other guys too. So that's probably where this manga will go with. I hope so at least, because that would make the most sense if they actually start dating or something. But she's also dating like 500 other guys as well, right? At the same time. So he has to like deal with that. Oh, I'm her Monday guy or something. I hope so, but that would be more interesting than this typical NETORARE storyline, right? Because yeah, this woman, it says that there's a lot of NETORARE hens on, right? And also some other borderline stuff, you know. There is maybe a hen. But in those storylines, the guy never really scores, right? Unless some kind of revenge NETORARE or whatever, right? But normally they never score. You know, they lose their girlfriend or sister or mom or whatever, right? And they never actually score, right? Mostly. And they get embarrassed and so on by the woman getting, you know, corrupted usually, right? It's a corrupt story, right? Like the, you know, the sweet childhood best friend turning into a guy or kind of thing, right? But here instead, she's already maximum, you know, nympho guy, right? Yeah, she's already that when he likes her, right? So she's already super, super slutty before he was in love with her. Or he maybe liked her before, but still, you know, yeah, like at the moment he fell in love with her for reals was the moment she was smashing it, right? I mean, so she can't really, you know, become corrupted, right? That typical NETORARE storyline, honestly, because she is already kind of, you know, lack of ethic and morals already, right? Yeah, she's already a crazy Gyaru, so you can't really go worse in that sense, right? Yeah, I think it's interesting. Instead of being a NETORARE, maybe eventually he gets it. And then you see this NETORARE because he's also gonna do other guys, right? He's gonna be one of her boyfriend, like one of her 10th boyfriends. So yeah, that could be interesting, honestly. I hope it goes that path because we've seen this other path, right? The Kazuya simp thing where he just dreams about mommy or whatever for every day and never gets her, you know what I mean? And he just cries in his bedroom, you know? Yeah, that's a very common NETORARE storyline. But this woman is super, super friendly. Doesn't actually hate him. And think about it, she's not like cheating on him, right? You know what I mean? Because typically after you cheat on your spouse or whatever, right? Or boyfriend, yeah. She's just like really, really into everyone. Still though, it's a bit typical for many hen that you have a guy that is in love with a girl, not necessarily dating her, and then he watching her going from like some, you know, school athlete into a complete Kuro gal, horny biatch or whatever. I guess it's pretty common. But this is, yeah, he's falling in love with her, but she's already the town's biggest whore. So they already start. The thing is, she can't turn into that, you know, metamorphosis corruption because she's already starting at the absolute bottom. So I don't know, guys. Let's go below. You guys can read this manga for free right now. I think that this manga will probably, maybe we stay free the first chapter, and then you probably have to pay, you know, like a few hundred yen per chapter or whatever. I think this model probably is like a web manga, and you can, you know, probably pay a little bit for, yeah, per chapter or whatever. But anyways, I like reading it. I hope he gets to do her. I hope he goes away from this simp thing, and then actually he will be a less simp to Kazuya. I mean, if he scores with her, honestly, right? And like I said, I think the storyline will go to they score, but she also scores with everyone at the same time, you know what I mean? So that's more interesting, and he has to deal with that thing. Can he date a girl that is very open, so to speak, you know? She has a lot of boyfriends. That's more interesting. And honestly, that would make him less of a simp than Kazuya. But right now, chapter 1 here, he's probably the biggest simp ever. He's probably the king of simps because he's just living. He's like a hentai man character. Yeah, he's just like watching the love interest sleep with the whole school at him every day and likes it. It's so effed up, man. Anyway, please subscribe, press the like button, leave a comment, what you guys think.